Shrines, temples, and the sacred air of Japan. Close your eyes. Imagine a path lined with tall cedar trees, ancient and straight. The light barely reaches the ground. It filters through the canopy in long, soft columns. The air is cool. It smells of wood and moss and something older than memory. At the end of the path, there is a gate, tall, vermilion red, standing at the boundary between the ordinary world and something else. You stop before passing through. You bow, and then you step into the sacred. Tonight, let me take you into the world of Japanese shrines and temples, a world of silence, ritual, and an ancient understanding that there is more to this life than what we can see. A nation wrapped in the sacred. Japan is a small country, smaller than the state of California, and yet within its borders there are approximately 80,000 Shinto shrines and around 77,000 Buddhist temples. That is more than 150,000 sacred spaces, more shrines than convenience stores, more temples than schools. In almost every neighborhood, on nearly every hillside, tucked between apartment buildings and rice fields alike, you will find a place set apart from the ordinary. A small stone torii gate, a wooden altar with a rope and a bell, a mossy stone lantern standing guard. Japan is not simply a country that has sacred sites. Japan is a country where the sacred and the everyday have always lived side by side. Shinto, the way of the gods. To understand Japanese shrines, you must first understand Shinto. Shinto is Japan's oldest spiritual tradition. It has no founder, no holy scripture, no fixed date of origin. It simply is. The word Shinto means the way of the gods, but the gods of Shinto, the kami, are not distant heavenly beings. They are present. They live in the world around you, in the great mountain that watches over your village, in the river that feeds your rice fields, in the ancient tree whose roots reach deeper than anyone can remember, in the wind that comes before rain, in the fox that crosses your path at dusk. Shinto teaches that all things, living and non-living, carry a spirit, and that the world is most beautiful when humans live in harmony with those spirits. There are said to be 8 million kami in Japan. 8 million. Not a number to be taken literally, but as an expression of something profound. The divine is not rare. It is not locked away in one place or one book. It is everywhere, and it is paying attention. This worldview shapes everything about how Japanese people move through the world. The farmer who thanks the land before harvesting, the carpenter who prays before cutting a tree, the athlete who visits a shrine before a competition, the family that hangs a small amulet above the front door. These are not superstitions. They are acknowledgments, a quiet bow to the life that surrounds us. The Shinto Shrine, architecture of the sacred. A Shinto shrine is called a jinja, and before you even enter, you know you have arrived somewhere different. The torii gate marks the threshold. 2 vertical pillars, 2 horizontal beams, simple, ancient, unmistakable. Passing through a torii means leaving the human world and entering the world of the kami. You pause at the gate. You bow once, twice. You walk to the side of the path, not down the center.
The center belongs to the gods. Next, you come to the Temizuya, the water basin. You pick up a wooden ladle. Pour water over your left hand, then your right. Rinse your mouth with water cupped in your left hand. You are purifying yourself, washing away the dust of the outside world, arriving clean at the threshold of something holy. Then you approach the Hamden, the main hall. You toss a coin into the offering box, any coin. The amount is not the point. The act is the point. You bow twice, deeply. You clap twice, sharp, clear sounds that wake the kami. You hold your hands together and you pray, or simply, you are still. Then one final bow, and you step back into the world, a little lighter than before. The most visited shrine in Japan is the Fushimi Inari Shrine in Kyoto, famous for its thousands of vermilion torii gates winding up the hillside like a tunnel with no ceiling. The Grand Shrine of Ise in Mie Prefecture is considered the most sacred place in all of Shinto, dedicated to Amaterasu, the goddess of the sun. The inner shrine has stood on this land for over 2,000 years, and every 20 years it is completely rebuilt, exactly as it was, an act of renewal, a practice of impermanence. The Buddhist temple, a different kind of peace. Buddhism arrived in Japan from China and Korea around the 6th century AD. It did not replace Shinto, it joined it. For centuries, the two traditions lived side by side and sometimes merged into something entirely Japanese. A Buddhist temple is called a tera or otera, and its atmosphere is different from a shrine. Where a shrine feels open and natural, a temple feels enclosed and contemplative. You enter through a large wooden gate, the Sanmon. Fierce guardian statues stand on either side, their faces twisted in fearsome expressions. They are not monsters, they are protectors. They keep out evil so that peace can remain within. Inside the temple grounds, there is incense. The smoke rises from a large bronze urn at the center. People wave the smoke toward their bodies, over sore knees, tired shoulders, heavy hearts. The smoke carries prayers upward, and the fragrance lingers in your clothes long after you have left. Many temples hold a giant bell, the Bonsho. On New Year's Eve, it is struck 108 times. 108. In Buddhist belief, that is the number of earthly desires that cause human suffering. With each strike of the bell, one desire is released. The sound travels for miles, deep, low, resonant. The kind of sound you feel in your chest more than you hear it with your ears. Some of Japan's most beloved temples are Sensoji in Asakusa, Tokyo, the oldest temple in the city, built in 645 AD, according to legend, after fishermen pulled a golden statue of Kannon, the goddess of mercy, from the Sumida River. Kinkakuji in Kyoto, the Golden Pavilion, its top 2 floors covered entirely in gold leaf, reflected in the still pond below. Todaiji in Nara, home to the Great Buddha, a bronze figure nearly 15 meters tall, the largest bronze statue in the world when it was cast over 1,200 years ago. The rituals that hold a life together. Japanese spiritual life is held together by ritual. Small moments woven into the fabric of every season. Hatsumode, the first shrine visit of the new year. In the first 3 days of January, nearly 100 million Japanese people visit a shrine or temple. They stand in line, sometimes for hours, in the cold, waiting for their turn to bow, clap, and pray, to set their intentions for the year, to begin again. Omamori, the amulets, small cloth pouches stitched in silk, sold at shrines and temples across the country, each one designed for a specific purpose: safe travel, academic success, love, health, protection in childbirth, safety on the road. They are carried in pockets, hung from keychains, tucked into wallets and school bags, not as superstition, but as intention made physical, a small, soft reminder of what you are hoping for. Omikuji, the fortune slips. At most shrines, for a small offering, you draw a random slip of paper. Great blessing, blessing, small blessing, warning, great warning. If your fortune is good, you take it home. If it is bad, you tie it to a tree or a wire at the shrine, leaving your bad luck behind. The trees at some shrines are thick with folded white paper, every one of them a worry, let go. The air itself is different. There is something that cannot be fully explained about the atmosphere of a Japanese shrine or temple. People who do not consider themselves religious feel it. Travelers who have never heard of Shinto feel it. A stillness that is not merely quiet. It is as if the air in these places holds its breath. Part of it is the design. Shrines and temples are built to slow you down. Long paths, low gates, spaces that require you to bow, to pause, to look. Part of it is the age. When you stand before a tree that has grown in this shrine for 500 years, your own worries become very small. Your commute, your deadlines, your arguments. The tree has watched empires rise and fall. It is not impressed. And somehow that is comforting. Part of it is the concept of ma. Ma is a Japanese idea that has no perfect translation. It means something like meaningful emptiness, the space between sounds, the pause between words, the gap that gives everything else its shape. Sacred spaces in Japan are designed with ma. Open courtyards, gravel raked into patterns, rooms with nothing in them but a hanging scroll and a flower. The emptiness is not absence, it is presence. Room for something invisible to exist. And when you spend time in these spaces, something in you recognizes it. The part of you that is tired of being full, tired of the noise, tired of having an opinion about everything. That part of you breathes. The keepers of the sacred. Shinto shrines are tended by priests called kanagi or kanushi. Dressed in white robes and tall black hats, they conduct ceremonies, bless the grounds, and maintain the connection between the human world and the kami. Buddhist temples are kept by monks, obusan. In Zen Buddhism, one of Japan's most influential Buddhist schools, the monk's life is one of radical simplicity. Wake at 4 in the morning, meditation, chanting, cleaning, simple meals eaten in complete silence, each bite taken with full awareness. Work in the garden, more meditation, sleep before 9. This life is not punishment, it is practice. The practice of being fully present in each moment, the practice of needing very little, the practice of letting the mind become as still as the surface of water in a stone basin. Zen has had a profound influence on Japanese culture beyond the monastery. The tea ceremony, ikebana flower arrangement, martial arts, calligraphy, garden design, even the way a craftsman approaches his work with total focus, total care, total presence, carries the spirit of Zen. The idea that how you do anything is how you do everything. Somewhere in Japan right now, a shrine is standing in the dark. The stone lanterns are lit. The cedar trees are still. The gravel glows faintly under a half moon. No one is there, and yet it does not feel empty. The kami are present. They are always present. In the wind that moves through the cedars, in the sound of water in the stone basin, in the silence between the cricket songs. You do not have to believe in kami to feel something in these places. You only have to be quiet enough to notice. And tonight, you are quiet. The music is holding you. The night is holding you. Let go of what today asked of you. Let your body become heavy and warm. Let the sacred, whatever that means to you, be as close as your next breath. Thank you for listening all the way to the end. May tomorrow be the greatest day of your life. Oyasumi nasai.